Welcome back, boys and girls, to our third writing video. We've spent some time on complete sentences. We have spent some time on fragments, which were incomplete sentences. And now we're going to take a look at some of my favorites because they seem to be the ones that we do the most of in fourth grade. We maybe don't see as many incomplete sentences, but I do like to spend time reviewing them just so we know how to look for them in our writing. But our run-on sentences, these are the ones where we just try to get so much down that we forget to either break it into multiple sentences or we forget some of those connecting words, and all of a sudden one page turns into one really long sentence. So these are the ones that we have to be the most careful of within our writing, okay? So here we are. Our run-on sentences are really two complete sentences or more, okay? It doesn't have to be just two, but mostly it's two, and they seem to just run together. We forgot to have that little break. So there's two different ways we could approach this when we have to fix them, okay? We can either create two sentences or more if we feel like we need to break it up even more than just two, um, or you can keep that sentence together and just make it a compound sentence. Just make it a little bit longer, but we have to use a conjunction, that connecting word, to help us see that, you know what, this might be two sentences, but we thought they should go together. So we're going to keep that word in there. And this is sometimes our favorite one because it's an acronym and it helps us remember things. But we have this wonderful thing called fanboys. And it just helps us remember the words that we can use for this number two. This is where this comes in, okay? If we create two sentences, we just put a good old-fashioned period in there and break up the sentences, okay? But if we decide to go with that compound sentence, we have to use one of these conjunctions. So we have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so, okay? And these will make more sense in a second when we take a look at that. So here we are, okay? So we have two examples down here, okay? I like blueberries, I don't like bananas. So when you're reading this, we might talk like this, okay? But when we're writing, and even when we're talking, we should be more aware of it because our writing should be like we are talking almost, okay? So I like blueberries, I don't like bananas. The way I'm reading it, you should almost hear a natural break in that sentence. So if you look closely, okay, I like blueberries, I don't like bananas. If you're listening, I kind of hear that break right here. And this is what they're saying. So the first option was you could create two sentences. Well, here they added a period. I like blueberries. There's your period. I don't like bananas. So that's one option. The other thing you could do is make it that compound sentence. I like blueberries. Now notice there's a comma here, and then here's our fanboys or our conjunction. I like blueberries, but I don't like bananas. Okay? Or you could say, I like blueberries, yet I don't like bananas. Okay? Something like that. Okay? But it's that conjunction that shows us it is two different thoughts, but it kind of does go together. Okay? So let's take a look at some practice here. So these are some notes that I would like us to put in, okay? And really all you have to do is fill in, I believe, your fanboys, okay? I've already put in the definition. A run-on sentence is two complete sentences that run together. You can fix a run-on sentence by creating two sentences or creating a compound sentence using conjunctions. So what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and put this in the three prongs when I tell you to pause the video. Make sure everything's filled in and add anything if there's any little notes or thoughts you would like to keep in mind. Just remember that when we're using the conjunctions, this might be something you want to add. It's just draw a little comma here to remind you that you always have to have a comma before that conjunction, okay? So you may go ahead now, pause the video, put this in the three prongs. When you have done that, you may come back to the video. All right, so now if you're back in the video, that means your note sheet is in the prongs. It should be the next sheet in after complete sentences and fragments. And now we're gonna look at how you could fix some run-on sentences. This one is going to be where you would use a conjunction, okay? I'm not gonna have you worry about looking to where to put the sentence or anything like that. I just want you to pick the conjunction that you think would best fit. So you can work with this on a partner, or you can work on this on your own. It's completely up to you. But let's do number 1 together so that you have the example. And then once we've done that, we'll pause the video and then you may go ahead and complete the practice. Okay. So let's look at number 1. It says, my notebook is getting full. I may need a new one. My notebook is getting full. So should I put so, yet, or but? Now here's what I can do. I can read this. My notebook is getting full, so I may need a new one. That sounds pretty good. My notebook is getting full, yet I may need a new one. That doesn't sound as great. My notebook is getting full, but I may need a new one. I'm thinking A, so is going to fit the best. My notebook is getting full, so I may need a new one. It's telling us it's getting full, so I'm going to need a new one because I can't put anything else in my old one, okay? So at this point, you are going to go ahead and pause the video and work with your partner. When you and your partner are done, you can come back to the video for the next set of directions. This sheet can stay in your writing folder, okay? So go ahead and you may pause the video now. All right, so if you're listening to me again, that means you completed that with your partner and it is in your writing folder, and now you are ready for the next set of directions. And again, we have these task cards. I love these task cards, guys. It gets you up, it moves you around, and it's just a different way of completing some practice, okay? Now we have same thing. So hopefully we're getting into this routine now. You have that recording sheet. You're going to have your clipboard and your pencil, and you're going to go around to these cards around the room. Okay. There's a little bit difference, and I put both task card examples up just to look. For some of the task cards, you're going to notice over here, okay, that you have 3 choices. So on your task card, so if I was starting with card 2, I would come down here to number 2. I would put either choice A, B, or C. You don't need to write the word for, but, or so. You can write the letter of your choice that you are choosing, okay? However, these ones over here, okay, notice they have a full sentence and there are no choices. So they're asking you to fix the run-on sentence for these ones. So if I was doing number 18, I would read the sentence. We didn't have an umbrella. Did we have raincoats? So you can fix this with a couple different things. You can use a conjunction or you can add a period. So if you're going to use the conjunction, you would then, for number 18 down here, write the conjunction on your recording sheet. Or if you're going to use a period, you can just draw a period, okay? It's totally up to you how you want to complete and fix those sentences. But I just wanted you to see the difference in these task cards so that when you get to those ones that don't have the choices, you know what it is you have to do, okay? When you are done with this is going to get handed in, okay? So please work on this independently. Again, answers should be done independently. If you need help reading, feel free to ask for help. That part does not need to be done independently. So if you would like to go around with a partner to do the reading together, that's totally fine, but your answers should be done on your own, okay? So again, you do not need to come back to the video after this. This is your final task on run-on sentences. You're going to make sure your name is on your recording sheet before you hand it in. If you are done with time left, you can read quietly or work on centers or anything else you need to get done. Or if you do not finish, this can stay in your writing folder until the next time you have a chance to work on this. So you may go ahead and begin.